Some people don't talk much, not because they have nothing to say, not because they're uncomfortable, but because silence feels natural to them. They listen more than they speak. They observe before reacting. And when they do say something, it's usually intentional. To others, this quietness can feel confusing, even unsettling. People often assume shyness, disinterest, or emotional distance. But for people who don't talk much, silence isn't empty, it's active. In conversations, they tend to choose their words carefully. They don't interrupt. They don't rush to fill gaps. And they don't feel pressured to respond immediately. You'll notice long pauses when they're present, moments where others might rush to speak, but they stay still, thinking, processing. They're usually more focused on understanding than responding, on noticing tone, facial expressions, the weight behind words. For them, conversation isn't about performance. It's about meaning. Talking constantly feels unnecessary, sometimes even draining. Not because interaction is difficult, but because excessive words blur what actually matters. In group settings, they're often labeled as the quiet one, the observer, the listener, but internally, their minds are anything but silent. They're collecting details, patterns, subtle shifts in energy that most people overlook. When they finally speak, it often surprises others because their words are measured, clear, and grounded. They don't speak to be noticed. They speak when there's something worth adding. Many people who don't talk much learned early on that listening was safer than explaining. That observation provided clarity, and that silence offered control. Over time, this became natural. They grew comfortable letting others take space, letting conversations move without them dominating it, letting moments pass without commentary. To someone watching from the outside, this can feel distant or unreadable, but internally, they're deeply present. They're aware of how words can shape perception, how once something is said, it can't be taken back. So they wait. They prefer depth over volume, quality over frequency, and meaning over noise. Silence gives them room to think, to feel, to stay aligned with themselves. They don't fear being unheard. They simply don't feel the need to constantly be heard. In a world that rewards loudness, fast replies, and constant expression, their quietness stands out not as weakness, but as restraint. If this feels familiar, it doesn't mean you lack confidence or social abilities or connection. It means you understand the value of space between thoughts, between words, between moments. Some people speak to fill silence, others respect it. Neither is wrong. Human behavior isn't always about what's expressed out loud. Sometimes it's revealed in what's left unsaid, and sometimes not talking much isn't absence at all. It's awareness. If you enjoy observing human behavior without judgment, this is what Human Unfolded is about.